welcome to SAE Unplugged. I'm your host, Grayson Brulte. It all started on August 20th, 2011. Famed venture capitalist and Netscape co-founder Marc Andreessen wrote his magnus opus, "Software is eating the world." Was it then? Maybe. Is it today? Yes. Everything that we think about software has changed. Software is ingrained in our society. From the computer that we're using to record and edit this, from the bus taking your child to school, to the goods being shipped to you from Amazon, it's all using software. Software has ate the world. While software has ate the world, it's only just starting to work its way truly into automotive. If it wasn't for Tesla, would we be having this conversation about automotive today? Perhaps, perhaps not. It was the old joke in the early 2000s, well, you buy a computer and it's obsolete 2 months later. That's not true anymore. And that's especially not true with vehicles. Tomorrow it's only better because of the software updates. If you look at software updates and the way things that are being redefined, buy a Sonos product. It only gets better. Why? It follows the common thesis that Mr. Andreessen laid out. Software. It only gets better with the software updates, the algorithm updates. It only gets better. And that's what brings us to our main topic today. Tesla's robotaxi. On October 10th, 2024, on the Warner Brothers backlot, Tesla unveiled Cybercab in an event that I've dubbed an Autonomy Disneyland. It was a well-done, beautifully orchestrated event that's laying out the future for where Mr. Musk thinks that autonomy is going. Autonomy is not going to be a one-size-fits-all approach. Autonomy is going to be a bite-sized approach. As we saw with the Cybercab was a 2-passenger vehicle, not a 4-passenger vehicle, which is very common today. Not a 4-passenger vehicle looking like a toaster where one individual is facing another and the other individual is facing another. No. The Cybercab was meant to be used as a personally owned autonomous vehicle, not necessarily shared. The future of autonomy is not ACEs. The future of autonomy is not shared. The future of autonomy is personally owned autonomous vehicles. When you personally own that vehicle, yes, you have the ability to put it out onto a network and share it. You do not have to. You have consumer choice. And the other brilliance about what Tesla's building that is not talked enough about, they're going to sell you the Cybercab. Mr. Musk said the vehicle is going to cost around $30,000. If we look at the math from the Model 3, let's just add up $10,000 to $15,000. Let's call it $40,000 to $45,000. The question that we have, then we look into this is it an additional $8,000 for FSD unsupervised, or will it be included in the lease payment? Those are questions that have to be answered, but what they're doing is they're offloading the cost of the robotaxi, aka the fleet, to the individual owner, not to have that albatross on their balance sheet, which raises the big question, do more autonomous vehicle companies follow Tesla's lead? Do they develop the robotaxi, then sell to you as a personal vehicle? Will you hold it on your balance sheet, not on their balance sheet? Do they give you the ability to lease it out? Do we see individuals that pop up and create fleets of cybercabs or fleets of personally autonomous vehicles and start generating profits? Does the cybercab, what Tesla built, become the Airbnb of autonomy? It's possible. Well, it's possible. We don't necessarily sure that that's going to be the path of where it's going to go. What we are 100% sure on is that the future of autonomy will not necessarily be shared. It will be personal autonomy. And if you look at the way that the Cybercab was designed, it has a big trunk. It was designed to move stuff. And the other big takeaway from the Cybercab, it was 2-passenger. Does 2-passenger autonomy become a trend? Verne, the Croatian startup spun out of Bugatti, they're developing a 2-passenger. Tim Kentley-Clay, co-founder of Zoox, who served as CEO before he moved on and introduced Hyperjet. It's 2-passenger. The Tesla Cybercab, 2-passenger. Does that become the future of 2-passenger? And if 2-passenger does become the future, what happens to the companies that have invested billions of dollars in developing vehicles for 4-passengers? Is there cost efficiencies that's unlocked by 2-passenger? Maybe. Or do we get to a future where perhaps there is a 2-passenger Cybercab and by 2035 Tesla introduces a 4-passenger Cybercab and you have a mixed fleet? If Tesla does introduce a mixed fleet, does that force the rest of the autonomous vehicle industry to introduce a mixed fleet? for different passenger sizes. What Tesla's done is they've changed everything we know about robotaxis. Everything we thought was possible with robotaxis has changed. When we looked at robotaxis, we initially thought that you buy a vehicle from an OEM or cut a licensing deal, you use that vehicle, you retrofit that vehicle, you put sensors on it, you put it into a fleet. Tesla says, no. We're a design-first company, and we believe in personally owned. Now, if that catches on, will other autonomous vehicle companies be forced to shrink in their sensor suites? If Tesla does, and I do believe they will crack full self-driving with camera only, will another company be able to crack it as well? Perhaps Wave out of the UK, can they crack it? And if Wave can crack full self-driving and they don't use LIDAR, but they could use radar, does that start to usher in a sea change because of a cost efficiency standpoint? Or does LIDAR continue to get so much cheaper that every vehicle manufacturer developing a robotaxi not named Tesla puts it on? And if they do, what does that unlock? And does LIDAR become as contentious as it is today, where if you're in the pro LIDAR camp, you're in the no LIDAR camp, or you're where I am in the yes, you can do it with, yes, you can do it without? Does that change? What we do know for certain, everything about autonomy is going to change over the next 5 years. Companies will come and go, business models will come and go, but I truly believe by the time we hit 2030, we will have a clearly defined path for the future of autonomy. And that path will be made up of a handful of companies that are going to operate, which I will call operating systems. And the biggest business inside of this will be licensing. The second biggest business could be selling personally owned autonomous vehicles. Who is that? Is that Tesla? Is that GM? On the licensing front, who's that? Is that Neuro? Is it Tesla? Is it Cruise? Is it Waymo? Those are all questions. What Tesla did on 1010 at We Robot, Tesla forced us to question the future that we know and imagine a future that is bright. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it. Today is tomorrow, tomorrow is today. The future is a bright and prospering autonomous vehicle industry.
SAE International makes no representations as to the accuracy of the information presented in this podcast. The information and opinions are for general information only. SAE International does not endorse, approve, recommend, or certify any information, product, process, service, or organization presented or mentioned in this podcast.